was baptized Anna Garbacz, Garbacz, and I was born June 21st, 1916. My mother was born October 2nd, 1881 or 1889, I can't remember exactly. We lived across the street from the school, public school, across the street. And it was a beautiful building, and all the children, in the area attended. But we couldn't attend because we had to go to the Polish school, Catholic school. I had to learn Polish and English when I went to, what you learned in English, you had to translate in Polish, and that was difficult. Mój akcent, na przykład, jak ja rozmawiam po polsku, czy to jest na przykład amerykański, bo dużo ludzi się pyta, z którego miasta na przykład, z której części Polski pani. Ja jestem Amerykanką. I was 16 years old when I came to New York. I got a job as a nanny, and well, because I was a nanny, I lived with the people, and then and for a long time. I mean, then when I started cooking, and cooking for this family. Well, actually, I had to do a lot of the housework also. I sent my mother, I got $25 a month, and $20 a month I sent to my mother. $5 I kept for myself, and I know exactly how I spent it. 25 cents for church, 25 cents for a movie, 25. I know I had to spend on a podiatrist, that I had to spend because I was denied a high school education. I said to my mother, "You have to send Caroline to high school, because if you don't, I won't send you any more money." And she never went to high school either. And Tiocia Marysia went 2 years, but that was because she lived with Grandma. She liked Mary. She didn't like me because ja byłam pyskata, on Easter Sunday, at a dance, my sister Caroline and I used to go to dances by yourself. In other words, not by yourself because you had a friend with you, but there was none of this boyfriend, girlfriend. Girlfriends were separate and boyfriends were separate. And my husband asked Caroline, because Caroline was with me, then he walked over to me and then he asked me to dance. So then I danced with him. And from then on, that was it. When we were married in 1940, there was a coal mine accident, and 65 men were entombed. I mean, there wasn't anybody that I knew that worked anyplace else except in the coal mines. In fact, my stepfather was killed in the mine. The timbers fell and they crushed his chest. He didn't die immediately. It died en route to the hospital. Dad's father moved his family to Poland, and he was there only 2 years. When he came at the worst depression here. He wanted to go back immediately. He said, "At least I could eat." He said, because we had a farm, but because when he came here, it was really that I remember. It was very, very bad depression. Oh, when you the fear. We were always afraid of the Russians. In other words, the children. In fact, the rumor went around that the communists were coming, and we would have to give up everything that we had, and that scared us. You know, the children, what are we going to do? We won't have a home. That was frightening, and that I remember. Well, now, for instance, I had a certain kind of a job that I was trained by a male, but I wasn't paid the same. In fact, he bragged about it, that I get paid more than you do. Instead of being classified as a 6, I was classified as a 5, and I was doing the work of a 7. And yet, you know, I'd get the deepest satisfaction, because any time they would send a man up to do something like fix a machine, and men couldn't fix my machine, because I knew what had to be done. I had the satisfaction of running the place by myself. The label room, the printing room, I used to set up a printing press, and if it needed adjusting, I did the adjusting. If I called a mechanic up, he didn't know what to do.
And you outlived them all, so that was your best.
Do you know, I did outlive them all. There isn't one person, there isn't one